Hello, everyone. Today, we're exploring the Mothman Prophecies. In West Virginia, in the 1960s, there was a winged humanoid creature that was seen roaming the countryside, and it was seen just before the Silver Bridge collapsed, taking 46 lives. This event gave way to many theories about the mysterious winged humanoid known as the Mothman, including that it's an interdimensional creature, a government experiment gone wrong, or even an angel of death. Now, this all began back in November 1966. There was a report of a strange winged creature spotted near the TNT area. For those who don't know, TNT is an unincorporated community located in West Virginia. It was also once home to a massive munitions manufacturing plant. But by the 1960s, most of the work had been transferred elsewhere and the plant was closed. Many people moved away from the area, but some remained. On the night of November 12, 1966, several people were driving on a back road when they came across a clearing. In the middle of the clearing was a large, man-like creature with wings. At first, they thought it was a bear. However, it stood up on two legs, so they stopped to get a closer look. The witnesses said the creature was approximately 7 feet tall and covered in dark hair. It had wings outstretched which measured 10 feet from tip to tip. Fearful for their safety, they drove off, only glancing back once. They described the creature as having a human face with large red eyes. News of this sighting reached the local newspapers and police became involved. Sheriff Harry M. Comer of Mason County said he had heard many stories about the so-called monster, but he did not believe any of them. He said there were plenty of creeks around that were big enough for a man to hide in and that he believed someone was pulling a hoax on the public. But others claimed to have seen the same creature multiple times over the years. It wasn't until December that the newspapers picked up the story again. 2 teenagers reported seeing the same creature. They said they were walking along the shoulder of the road when they saw the creature standing in a field. It had its arms extended and was watching them as they walked. After about a mile, the creature flew into the trees. The boys ran to the safety of a nearby gas station. When they turned to look again, they noticed its eyes were glowing red. As sightings continued, the townspeople grew scared. The local newspaper started a column where readers could share their experiences. One reader wrote, "While driving home from Gallipolis on November, my husband and I stopped at the stoplight by the bridge. As we looked toward the bridge, we could see what appeared to be a huge black bird flying slowly down the river. It must have been 7 feet from wingtip to wingtip. We did not stop, and neither of us wanted to be the first to suggest what we had seen." The point of interest soon shifted from the bridge to the nearby Silver Bridge, which connected Point Pleasant, West Virginia, with Gallipolis, Ohio. On Christmas Eve, 1967, 4 people witnessed a winged humanoid creature perched atop the Silver Bridge. It was humanoid in shape, about 7 feet tall and had gray, bulky wings. The group stayed in their car and watched the creature until it disappeared. But the next day, another witness reported seeing the same creature at the opposite end of the bridge. And less than 2 months later, on February 1968, the worst fears of the town were realized. The Silver Bridge collapsed. Just before midnight, it gave way under its own weight, plunging 75 cars and a bus into the Ohio River. Of the 46 people in the vehicles, only 16 survived. After the tragedy, belief in the Mothman intensified. People claimed that it deliberately caused the bridge to collapse, acting as an omen. But it didn't stop there. Sightings continued after the bridge was rebuilt. In fact, sightings continue even today. John A. Keel wrote a book about the events called The Mothman Prophecies, which was later adapted into a film starring Richard Gere. In his book, he theorized that the Mothman is a harbinger of disaster, appearing to warn people before something terrible happens. Now, there are several similar creatures that have been reported across the United States. One such creature is the Jersey Devil, which haunts the Pine Barrens of New Jersey. According to legend, the Jersey Devil was born as the 13th child of a woman named Mother Leeds. She cursed her last child, saying she wished it was the devil that took him, and as if by magic, the baby was transformed into a creature with the head of a goat. bat wings, and hooves. It flew out the window and was never seen again, or was it? Sightings of the Jersey Devil occurred as far back as the early 1700s. Then again in the 1800s there was a surge in activity. Between 1899 and 1902, there were hundreds of sightings and noise complaints due to the creature's blood-curdling scream. Another state with its very own cryptid is Texas. Here, the creature is known as the Thunderbird. It's often seen soaring through the skies, leaving a path of destruction in its wake. The Thunderbird has been featured in Native American folklore for centuries. The stories tell of a giant bird-like creature that had the power to control the weather. It would flap its enormous wings so hard that thunderstorms were created. It would screech so loud that tornadoes touched down. And now let's go to England. There are various cryptids that have been reported here too. One of the most famous is the Beast of Bodmin Moor. Bodmin Moor is an area of rough grazing and mining wasteland that stretches for 150 square miles. It's said that somewhere on the moor lives a large, predatory cat. The first sighting was in 1879, and since then there have been more than 100 confirmed sightings. Some say the beast is a lynx that escaped from a traveling circus. Others say it's a puma that got loose from a private collection. The locals, however, say it's something much more sinister. One thing's for sure, though. No matter where you live, if you hear strange noises in the woods or see something unusual in the sky, do not investigate. Stay well away. So now it's time to make your voice heard. Which of these terrifying beasts do you think is real? Do you believe the Mothman caused the Silver Bridge to collapse? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our awesome videos. Before we go, I've got something a little different for you. If you love everything mysterious, paranormal, and just plain weird, then you're going to want to check out our new podcast. It's available right now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. In this show, we explore all things strange and unusual, from creepypastas to unsolved mysteries. We even interview experts in the field to get their take on some of the most perplexing phenomena known to man. If you're looking for something new to listen to, I invite you to check out the trailer for our podcast. I promise you won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching.